Hey guys, welcome back to Seller Sessions on a Thursday, one of my favorite days of the week because we go in depth this time. We bring back Krystsina. How you doing, Krystsina?
Hello, hello.
Can you give the audience a little bit what you've been up to at the moment? Because we're going to go into your background. Okay, we're going to do and chart your history from humble beginnings to where you are now. But in the meantime, do you want to explain to people what you've been working on over the last couple of weeks? And I'll start sharing to the groups.
Last couple of weeks, I launched one of my passion projects. It's my personal blog that is called Beach on Top. This is the blog about my life, about the challenges I'm going through everyday life. It's very in-depth, my secrets. Many things that no other females in any business community ever shared with the world. And I think that this blog, first of all, it's helping me to understand me, myself better and present me, myself to the world the way I truly am. And it also helps other people out there to see that even they're not perfect, they're struggling with some troubles in their life, they're going through some issues. It's okay. We are who we are, and what we're going through makes us who we are right now, good and bad. It's just our life, and there is nothing bad to be ashamed of or to be just not be able to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I love the blog. I've read it and I'm like, do you know what? This is really racy, but I get where you're coming from. And I think people should have a platform to be who they want to be. And, you know, if you're not harming anyone, why not do what you want to do? So I said to you off call, there's taboo subjects in there, but today's taboo is tomorrow's normality. Do you see what I mean? But it's about having that conversation. It's about starting that discussion. So far, what's the feedback been like from the readers of the blog?
We have crazy amount of people visiting the blog. I haven't expected that to be this way because, I wanted to open up as much as I can. And that's why I even have chosen the name Beach on Top. A priori, I knew that I wouldn't be able even to advertise that because the beach is the world that you cannot put in any ads on Facebook, Insta, anywhere. So for the first couple of blogs, I wanted to keep this name. Then we're going to be renaming a little bit. It's still going to be Beach on Top, just in different interpretation and phrasing.
Yeah.
But we already have around 600 subscribers to the blog already with zero advertising. We have tons of people who go to my page and go to my editor, McLean Warren page. And I won't... I expected haters to be there, and they are, and they're writing nasty things in my DM. They try to comment bad things on my blog, but you know what? I think everybody should have a voice. If they want to say something, it's a freedom of speech. They can say whatever they want and hope that would make them feel better. But for me, just the opportunity to give myself that voice, to see myself, to be in this powerful mode, to share what's going on in my life, to share my thoughts about the ideas, what's are in my head, and get the immediate feedback from many people, guys, girls in business community, moms, and every sphere in my life that I ever been involved with. That's amazing opportunity, and I'm very happy with this blog, with the things that we're doing, and many more articles are coming. And today we published the article that's, I think, gonna shake the business community, the world, very, very, very.
WAP.
Yes, so whoever hasn't read it yet, please go on Beach on Top and read the latest article and enjoy.
Oh, sorry, I cut you there. There's a bit of feedback. Could you turn your volume down just a little bit more?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, go to if you go to your website, it's bitchontop.com, I think it is. There's some really racy content in there. But yeah, no, bravo to you to, you know, making a stand. Let's get into your career. Let's talk about your in-depth. So let's take it right back to childhood. Talk to me about some of your earliest memories.
When everybody is asking me about my earliest memories, I think I remember myself somewhere around 5 or 6 year old. I was living in a small, impoverished Eastern European country, Belarus. The town I was born and raised is called Slonim. Even people from Belarus don't know this small town, so you need to understand. It's type of the village thing, but my parents were managed to give me a good education, were managed to provide me with the first resources for my upbringing and giving me the best what they could. Yeah. So I was going into one of the best schools in town, started learning English, German, Polish at the age of 5, 6, I think. And I was always interested in creative things, literature, design, something, you know, the opportunity where there was the opportunity to express myself, to be creative, to do things that no one else ever did. So and that was me in the childhood. And at the age of 16, I completely moved out from my parents' house and I got into the university. I got a kind of the scholarship. So the government were paying for me to study. And that's where I moved from my small town to a bigger town. And my university years are the best memories I ever had in my life, to be honest.
So okay, to jump in before we go too far. So what did you major in? Like, you were obviously talented, you went to good schools. What did you do when you got to university? What was the kind of things you were doing, like education wise?
My first degree is English and German translator.
Mm-hmm.
So if I would stay in Belarus, if I would stay in Europe, I would probably be the teacher. If I would be successful, maybe I would be translator. Maybe I would be working in some embassy or some stuff like that. We don't know how the things would turn out to be. But yeah, my major were always English and German languages.
Yep. And so what about work around that time? Because obviously you're a serial entrepreneur, right? I've seen you, we've chatted, and you're literally in the warehouse pulling around boxes as well. So you get your hands dirty. But yeah. What was your earliest memory in and around then? Did you start your entrepreneurial journey quite early with certain things? You know, were you the one with the lemonade stand or?
Yes, not the lemonade stand. In Belarus, it's the potato stand.
Okay.
There is bazaar. It's type of the market, flea market, something like that. I don't know. You know the idea, like
they call it bazaar, yeah, or flea market, yeah. Yeah,
where people get there, they start to sell the small stuff. So I remember myself either selling potatoes with my grandma. Or we've been selling eggs, stuff like that. And you know, the feeling like, wow, we made it. Woohoo! These were my first entrepreneurship memories, probably where I'm like, wow, you can really make money with some stuff.
Yeah. So this was what, 16, 17?
No, this one was like 8, 10.
Oh,
16,
okay.
17. So 16, I already moved out. At 17, It was my first job. In the nightclub, okay. When I moved to Baranovich, it's the small town, but way bigger than the one that I was born, where my university was. So I was like, it's too much free time I'm having just in the university. You know, you have like 4-6 hours of classes, and then you like. Free. Then I started to look for the job, and I don't want it to be a tutor or like nanny or something like that. I wanted real money. So I went right away to the nightclub, and for 3 years, I think I was working in a nightclub as a waitress.
As a waitress.
Yeah. Yes, I remember we had crazy schedule. We've been starting to work around I think 8, 9. And then the club was closing at 2 or 3, and then we had to pick up and clean, and we'd be home around 4. And then at 7:45, the classes were beginning. So we had to wake up really early, sleeping like 2-3 hours. But the thing is, at that time, it was 15, 14 years ago. I remember making, just in tips, $100 a day. Well, you understand the salary is like $200, $300, for professional, for doctors, for teachers. I was in Belarus at that time, so I was crushing it. I was a baller at that.
Yeah. So where did you go from there? So you had the nightclub, that's 17, 18, 19 age group. Yeah. Where was the next steps for you from there?
So then I got into the thing. It's called European Youth Parliament. It's based in UK, and I started to participate in this organization. You know, up until now it's, you know, what's probably going on in Belarus right now, and it was terrible. The president of the dictatorship that's been going on for years. This is, by the way, the reason that I wanted to escape from Belarus, because the people don't have the voice. They cannot talk. It's dictatorship modern days. It's not that bad as North Korea, but it's getting there pretty quick if there would be no intervention from NATO or someone to Belarus right now. But anyway, so I started to participate in the European Youth Parliament organization, and there were many opposition that day. So I started to participate actively in the groups and working, like educating people, giving them some ideas of better life or this and that. And at that time, we've been doing lots of work with European Youth Parliament when it comes to the students and freedom of speech. We've been publishing, you know, like this free spirit, and you want to be not a rebel, but I think when you're young, you want to fight the system. You want to fight for the ability to speak up, to the ability to for your voice to be heard.
Yeah, you're going against oppression.
Yes. And then I realized that my opportunities in Belarus are very limited. So there is only that high I can jump, and that's it. I can't do anymore. And there I thought, listen, I know languages, so I could either move to Europe, stay somewhere in Europe, or try to chase the American dream. And you need to understand, I am 19 years old. I'm pretty, I'm single. And to get American visa, when you're like on last course of the university, it's almost impossible. Like it's less than 1% of 100. So I'm getting this application to work on the Carnival Cruise Lines, and to my surprise, they're asking me for interview. So yeah, I'm getting the work visa from Carnival Cruise Lines. Then of course, I don't know if I'm going to get a passport, like the visa, actually the visa to go.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the visa, and I'm getting approved. My visa got approved, and I'm arriving to Florida, Jacksonville, to work for Carnival Cruise Lines. And here it's where the story started. So I started to work for Carnival Cruise Lines for 1 year. To be honest with you, that year is considered to be one of the most difficult years in my life. I was in deep depression. I was by myself for whole year in small unit, living by yourself, not talking to people a lot as I used to be. Like I used to be active, having fun. The work hours were something crazy. And Yeah, I even have the tattoo that is like very, very, very bad looking now, but I don't want to get it out of my body. Just of the idea, like I want something to remind me what I went through
So
and how
what
I was able to
would you,
do.
would you be able to articulate more what you went through in terms of in that time? Is it because you've been secluded, a bit like COVID? So you're working long hours, you're tired, you've not got much in the way of communication with people, and did it like a building of depression over a compounded effect over time?
Yeah, so it was depression from the idea that I was 100% lonely all the time. You know, like you don't even have friends when you feel really down, you feel bad to like tell them I feel bad, like go drink with them or do something. No, you can't do that. You cannot share that. And the management was very, I don't. Problem with all of that company was they were micromanaging a lot. So I remember my manager from Philippines, the lady that was not educated at all, but somehow she was my manager. And she was screaming at me for not like doing the stuff correctly from the minute you get to work till the minute you leave in the work. You know, in the companies, in the businesses, it's like the mountain. It's difficult already to get to the top, but the people are not giving you hand to get to the top. They're pulling you down. And there is absolutely no way you can success. And there is absolutely no way anyone can achieve good results in this type of the environment. But the constant pressure because you are not good enough, the constant pressure that you are not doing the job right, the idea that even if you will do something right, no one ever would appreciate that because it would be considered like, oh yeah, you just did it good, who cares? And
So,
yeah.
yeah, so you had a toxic manager by the sounds of things who wasn't there to help you grow as a person, just more like a bully because she could effectively. So there is that kind of level of resentment there. How did you get out of that situation?
I finished my contract, and to be honest with you, I was like, yeah, I probably should go on another one. The idea of not coming back to Belarus, and since I told you I got the free scholarship, so for me, if I would be back to Belarus, they would send me to some very, very, very like far away village that I would have to stay 2 years as a teacher and teach children English. And I was like, I don't want to do that. I would do wherever it is, just to get out. And yeah, you know, I was already on the work visa in US. So for me to stay, I had to go through many things. And yeah, I came back. I started to search for a new job, to reapply, to do different things. And yeah, I found another job on land already as a data entry specialist. And that's how my story started over here. Like,
so what was the next move from there? Because obviously you've managed to escape war-torn area. You've got the oppression going on within inside of the country. You're on a ship, and then you're being oppressed there by the people on the staff there. Most people would have turned around and headed back home, but you still had time left on your visa. You went and took the data entry job. So what was the next? Because that's like maybe a sideways step for you to get to the next step. So where did you go from the data entry work?
So this entry work was a data entry specialist in medical supply company, and that's where the main ideas start to form right away. So imagine myself coming to the huge medical supply company where they have tons of inventory, and I was like, we need to do something with that. At that time, it was 2010, 2011, 2009, 2010, this type of the years. eBay was rocking. Everybody was selling eBay, buying on eBay, like, wow, like crazy. And I remember myself buying tons of stuff from eBay myself. And I was like, why can't I sell? So I started selling my like purse or bag or this. and I was like, can we start selling this on eBay? So I remember myself creating a store for this company and creating the storefront with diabetic supplies, some durables, different things, organizing them. From eBay, I quickly realized that there is another platform, and you need to understand at that time when I started Amazon, when you would tell to person, oh, I sell on Amazon, they would be like, oh, they're like, you're selling, like you're doing some eBay, selling some used stuff. This was the level. They were completely on the same level, Amazon and eBay, and no one would take you seriously that you're selling on Amazon. So 2010, we're doing the storefront on Amazon. I'm doing myself for this company. My mistake was, and it's not a mistake, it's a good thing, and I'm grateful that it turned out to be like that. With the owner of the company, he said, okay, you don't want to do this data entry job? Oh, like, good, just do what you do because it's working. Like, we started selling. I remember clearly the first couple weeks of Amazon, when we opened up the storefront and we started doing the FBA within like couple months of launching on Amazon, we got to the point, I think, of $70,000 in revenue a week. And it was crazy. Like, no one could believe, and they were like, wow. So 2011, there were no PPC, there were no storage fees. There were, if you send something to FBA, it gets to the first page right away in the top results. So you get in.
You're an original gangster. You're an OG on Amazon.
I'm very, very, very OG. We've been talking with Tim Jordan the other day, and we're like, yeah, we're probably the oldest one in the whole game right here, right now. He's been to the same conference in Seattle. Before the conference were in Seattle, the lady, it's Rhonda Schneider, that was organizing them. And on some of the conference, people from Amazon were present, and I remember one of them, you were actually able to go with your laptop and log in and talk to them about your account, how you can scale your business, what you can do. That was 9 years ago.
Cool. I'm just going to read out some of the comments quickly. Tiffany says, good morning. Facebook user says, Krystsina, you inspire me to work harder every day. Your passion and grit for business is unmatched. Cindy says, Kryststina's a rock star. Good morning to you both. Andrew says, hi, Danny, and I'm sure he meant to say hi, Krystsina, as well. Wellington's back says, working in a toxic workplace, let alone a toxic manager, can definitely bring you down. It can hurt you physically and mentally. To me, companies need to keep an eye on these managers. I think that's a good comment there. So back to where you were. So literally, game changer, right? So you go on Amazon, it flies up the top of the Amazon jungle, it hits number 1, number 2, everything flies into FBA. Completely different story today. You're sitting down with your laptop, you're speaking to these people. I'm sure that Seller Central, or seller support, was a bit more personalized back then instead of
course.
AI automated messages. So with the medical company, because obviously we'll get into Pregnology and stuff later, this is, I imagine, where you start to get all your ideas for where you are today, working at this company, right? We won't tell them just in case they want to raise a check for seven figures. So tell me a bit more about that. So you got to 70 grand a week, and then where did you go from there?
We worked like that for 2-3 months. As I told you before, it was verbal agreement between me and the owner of the company. And in this company, his wife was the accountant. So she was taking care of all the financial stuff, financial print and everything. And one day, so she just said that we don't need Krystsina anymore. And I come to work and my computer is turned off, like I don't have any access to the things that I was building and I was creating. And they just let me go like this.
But did you dig a bit deeper? There must have been a reason behind it. Do you feel that she was jealous of what you were doing?
They just got greedy, and they were thinking that they were able to do this all themselves.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to them. So that was another big hit for me. But I think all entrepreneurs got this hit. They need to lose something in order to be more grateful to what they have and grind more and be assessed. So you understand me, like making good money, really good money, back from poor, like I was from poor country. I come to US, I start making money, I start feeling myself successful, I start feeling myself recognized in the community, in the society, that I really mean something. And like within a couple of hours, you lose everything. Like,
how did that feel? I can see you're upset about it, and rightly so. What did you do? Because I always say to people, what's the darkest hour before dawn? I imagine there's been a few for you. But in that moment when that happened, what was your initial reaction? And let's talk about the bounce back from that.
Oh, the initial reaction, Les, oh my God. I honestly tell you, I'm not afraid to tell. I was really close to suicide. Like, I was like, my God, that's it. The life is over. And understand, I'm 21-year-old. I'm like, that's it. I built this. It's like, you have a child and then someone takes your child from you. So that's how it felt. That's how it felt. And it was painful, and it was hard. And the idea that like you don't have this something that you've been working for a long time, that you've been putting all yourself, like literally not just working as a routine 14 hours, putting all yourself 14 hours a day to build something great, to build a system, to optimize it, to scale it, to keep pushing it. So yeah, that's where I lost my first game.
Are this company still around now and successful?
So what happened to this company? By that time, I already was married. And I'm grateful up until now for the support that my ex-husband gave me at this time. And he said, listen, if you were able to build one thing, you can do another one. So just try. And you know what? It maybe it's bad to sell like that. I was not motivated by money. I was not motivated by anything. The only thing my motivation is to prove myself and to give a lesson to these people that you cannot reuse other people we are all human. We cannot use.
So use that energy that you had from that and the disappointment to bounce back to say, look, I'm going to go off and build for myself now and show you what basically you left aside. There could have been a great arrangement there. You could have helped grow the business. But the good thing that come out of it, I'm sorry that you were felt suicidal and stuff, but the good thing that come out of it is what's the end product to you today, right? So what happened to that company? Are they still around today, operating at the same level, or?
So in 2 months, they had to close all the e-com operation. I started to price them as crazy. Yeah. The thing is, all the connections they have in the industry when it came to e-com, I built this connection. So I reach out to each and every one and ask them for the loans, for the credit, not for the loans, for them.
To get terms on products. Yeah,
for the merchandise. And each and every one, they gave me 60 or even 90%, or 90 days net. And you need to understand what that. You have 90 days for paper merchandise. You can be rolling things. So I was so motivated. I was working so hard, like even 3 times harder than I was working before. So yes, I made sure that the company, they were not able to do it because they've been working on the system that I built. And you need to understand, if I'm there on the other side, I know how to play around this. Yeah. So they never, there was no way for them to survive. And I got good support from all the sides. And who cares about support and money? If you're motivated, if you really want to do something, there is nothing stands in your way. You just go and do it.
Yeah. So yeah, but the only reason I'm saying is because obviously it put you in such a position that you thought about even taking your life, but then the bounce back was right. I'm going to show them, and you know, being able to, because you've already built it once for them, so you built it for yourself. But the fact that you got terms and you built their system, I mean, 2 months. I wasn't expecting to shut down in 2 months or even shut down. My point of the conversation is that sometimes you just prove, you don't need to do anything other than prove to yourself. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes you just block that stuff out, and that gave you the motivation to start building what you are building today. So congratulations on that. So a few months after, 2 months in, what was this timeline that from losing the job, obviously, unfortunately, feeling the way you were, how long did it take you to build something substantial for yourself in that period?
So I think it was 2 or 3 solid years that I was reselling just stuff, wholesaling. I tried everything. I tried retail arbitrage. I've tried wholesale arbitrage. I've been buying pallets from Macy's, from Nordstrom liquidation, reselling clothes, shoes. I've been selling lots of Chinese crap, my accounts got blocked. I was banking on some the lenses, that color changing lenses for the eyes. I remember I've been selling them in pallets. Many like horse hairs, the resin horse hairs, all the weird products, like you name it. I think I sold everything in all the categories.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know what? I tried enough. I bought my first condo. And I was like, I need something more solid. And then I got the partner, because before TerraMed was me and my partner, amazing guy in San Francisco. And we started TerraMed together. Thank you, Isabella. She's doing. So we started the TerraMed, and it was an amazing journey doing something that I really loved, and I was reselling this type of products already for 5 or 6 years. I've been in the compression hosiery market because I have problems with veins myself. I have edema. So I understand the pain of my customer myself. And when you manufacturing the product that you actually know where and how it hurts, or believe me, it helps a lot to even get the idea how to make it better, what other things should be done to improve the quality, the material, your outreach to the customers. That's how the TerraMed started. The initial investment wasn't that big. I think we both invested around $70,000, $80,000. And yes, in 3 or 4 years since we started, I bought out my partner. And now TerraMed is just me, myself.
Yeah. And so TerraMed, what was the products there? It's just the hosiery items, or was there more stuff in there?
TerraMed started with just the hosiery items. So there are different levels of compression when it comes to the medical hosiery, 18 to 20, 20 to 30, depending on the situation. So we started selling them only on Amazon. After that, we grew to the medical supply store, and before the Obamacare came, there were many opportunities for the medical supplies to distribute our production to the medical supply store. Then they've been selling to the patient and billing the insurances. It's not easy anymore. I don't do that anymore. But before, back days, it was really good because just the example for you, you buy the stockings for, let's say, $3. While medical supply company, they're billing the insurances for $58. So we're selling to the medical supply company the stockings for $12.
Yeah.
So ROI is incredible, and you're not selling one pair. You're selling like 800, 600 pairs a day, and they have that amount of the patients every month. And this is type of the subscription, how insurances work. So they need to send one stockings every month for the customer. So that was amazing business idea back days, and we've been doing a lot of this. Hopefully, it's going to return.
Okay.
But on Amazon, it's good.
So what year was this? Just want to keep a little bit of a timeline going. So we covered that, the medical job. We've then gone into TerraMat. Give us some timelines we up to about 2015 here.
2015, 2016, yes.
Yeah. And so what was the next step? Where did you go next?
So next step, I realized the opportunities launching my first private label on Amazon. I realized the opportunities that, oh my God, there's opportunities everywhere. So I started to create small things, just small stuff and selling under private label here and there, and like testing the market and see. And then I was like, yeah, I really love to do the eyewear. So then the idea of the eyewear came to me, and I decided to do it under the TerraMat, because TerraMat logo says TerraMat, just think comfort. So then we launched migraine glasses. The migraine glasses is it just seems something weird and something easy, but it's very difficult technology. It's more, so the lens itself, it's 14 levels of injection, just to block this harsh light and to make sure that the trigger in 30% of the cases for the migraine is the light sensitivity. So even right now, I have the light on top of me, and the pressure on my eyes is, if I would have light sensitivity or photophobia or any light sensitivity conditions, I would have the migraine right away. And we need to understand that there is the migraine day. There is many communities, people living with terrible pain every day. They cannot look at the light, they cannot wake up from bed. Sometimes they can just stay in bed, and they have nausea, they're vomiting. It's terrible. Like this is the disease that people don't understand. For people who never experienced migraine, they don't know, they don't understand how hard and how harsh it is, and there is nothing you can do. There are many alternative things like treatments, homeotherapy and stuff, but they don't really help. So these glasses, my TerraMat migraine glasses, they do help. And that's amazing what a difference they can make in everyday life. Because if the person has a light sensitivity and he or she is forced to work in the office environment with fluorescent light, it's death for them right away. With the glasses, if they wear them, and they can function just like normal. They don't have any more things that can like bring the migraine up and then pain again. So yes, just to launch migraine glasses took me probably a year and a half just to come to the idea with the frames, with this, because one factory is manufacturing lenses for me, another company is manufacturing the frames, and you need to understand, if there is like little tiny bit of the injection wrong or something wrong, they don't fit the frame anymore. So it's very difficult project. It was a very difficult project when I was starting it, but somehow we managed to do that. And I think mine TerraMat migraine glasses are the top selling migraine glasses in the US right now. We have Axon Optics and TerraSpecs. I respect them. They're my competitors, but they're much more expensive than mine.
Yeah. And so what was the next stuff? Where does Pregnology fit into all of this?
So I remember me, Isabella Hamilton, and Liran, we've been in China last year, I think, on the trade show. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing so many things for pregnant women. I was launching another product for TerraMat. It was North and Broad. They didn't work. It's, by the way, the only product that ever, just didn't work. I don't know. I did everything. Black hat, white hat techniques, by the book. Everything just didn't work. Happens. Listen, I have 10 years of experience, and I'm here to say, I know everything. when it comes to launching, ranking, and like, because I'm doing it every day. I had the product that I couldn't bring anywhere. That's it. I returned my money at least, but it was not something expected. Anyway, so we've been China, partying hard, drinking. And I'm like, I need to do.
You mean working hard? Sorry, yeah. You mean working
hard.
Yeah. Because we do in China, we work hard till 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
By the way, that was the trip you've been with us.
I know. This is what I'm saying to you. We were working very, very hard there till 5 o'clock.
Very, very hard it was. But listen, that was so inspiring. I wake up one morning, like, I need to do the brand just for pregnant females. I love pregnancy. Honestly, with me, it's so nice to read these comments. I love what people write.
So, for the benefit of the podcast and the playback, says Krystsina is one of the most badass women in the community, and that of who I've ever met. She put on this earth to be an inspiration to everyone. That's lovely.
Thank you. I don't know who's really, but it's amazing. Anyway, so I wake up one morning and I have the clear idea I need to make the brand for just pregnant females. I honestly think the most beautiful stage of the female body is pregnancy. I think pregnant woman and something magical is the most beautiful thing, and it's just wow. It's amazing. I really love it. This is my inspiration. This is my passion, and I really do like it. So I remember, and I was talking to Liran and told him, I'm calling Liran and asking him, Liran, can you go to USPTO and check if Pregnology is taken? He's like, oh, no one ever like. And I'm like, yes, I go right away. I buy Pregnology, trademark it. I bought the name before even like thinking what I'm going to be selling under it.
Yeah.
So, and then since I was already in the seamless market, I've been selling some maternity leggings here and there. So I took some products, some merch, some ASINs, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, during this year with the COVID and everything, we finally launched Pregnology 2.5 weeks ago. So
excellent. So what are the kind of products you're selling? I know they're pregnancy-based products.
Yes. Right now, Pregnology is selling clothing. We have leggings, we have tank tops, we have dresses, summer dresses, and winter collection is called. What is different? There are tons of maternity brands. What is different in Pregnology? First, it's capsule collection. It's $100. You buy 5 or 6 items, leggings, shorts, dresses. They're all interchangeable. They can be worn all together. You can change them quickly. But the most important thing, it's $100 for all 5 or 6 items. For this price, in maternity, motherhood, and pie in the pot, you can just buy a pair of leggings or a pair of jeans. That's it. It's $80, $60. Our concept is for $100, you get the whole wardrobe that lasts you all 9 months. It grows with you, and it can be also worn in postpartum period, because after you got the birth to a baby, another 2-3 months, you still have a little bit of belly, and you want to be comfortable. You don't want to be squeezed. You need to breathe. You need to do.
Especially if you've had a cesarean or whatever as well.
Yes, especially the C-section. Yes.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and another thing is just the idea that we're giving away a lot of the free products for Pregnology. We're sponsoring lots of organizations, like whoever reaches out, whoever mom in need reached out to us, we send free stuff. We just send lots of maternity leggings for the Alliance for African Assistance, or for the refugees that just came, because there is a spike in pregnancy right now. You need to understand that there are many pregnant females around the world.
Yeah. So we've got to the story so far. Where, like, we've got the most of the story, but where do you want to see? You're like, I know that you graft, and I know you work in 24/7. I think people can talk a good game in terms of working hard, but I know you're absolutely monster when it comes to graft, and you don't care about getting your hands dirty, and you wear many hats in your business. What's the plan for the next 5 years post-COVID for you?
Wow, 5. I normally do 3.
Okay, let's do 3 then. Give me your 3-year plan.
Okay, so we need to get Pregnology to the level where I would be able to sell it. I'm honest with that. And yes, Pregnology, this is the company that I built to be sold. It is my passion, but I want it to grow. I want it to be one of the biggest brands in US when it comes to the maternity wear. So my idea is to get into the brick and mortar stores as soon as possible, both online and like we say Target or Walmart, both online and in brick and mortar stores and actual stores. Just help. The idea of Pregnology is not about the clothing. It's about getting the community together. Maybe one day I will create an app, or I will create a group where all the people have the resources. Like when you're pregnant, you have so many things to care. It's to think about. It's the doulas, your birth plan, like your lactation specialist. Like there are many, many things you have to think about. And I can't say like, oh, you know what? I love pregnant females. Ladies, get pregnant. Let's have as many babies as you can. You know what? It's the choice. You have to make this choice. But we need to understand in our society, especially in US, we have only 6 weeks that we can take care of the baby. And many females are scared to get pregnant because they're scared how they're gonna be working while pregnant. No one gives us time off when we're pregnant, and we don't feel good when we carry the baby.
Do you think there's a stigma in the workplace as well when a lady feels pregnant? Like there's a bit of a change in terms of attitude.
Of course, especially in professional. Like imagine me getting pregnant right now. I wouldn't be able
still be in that bloody warehouse, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I wouldn't be able. Like it's a different stage. It doesn't like say right away. Like you lose your focus, you lose your grind, you lose this, but it's different. And people like if there are private companies and there are many responsibilities on the lady, and lady comes to her workplace and say, oh, you know what, I'm pregnant. Everybody's like, oh, who's going to do this? What's going to happen? Like it's a shock. Our society needs to understand that it's normal process. And if we don't accept that, like we don't gonna go anywhere. So, I want everybody to see the beauty of pregnancy, to respect that, to hear the pregnant ladies, and to encourage people and couples. Not like I can't say just have babies, as I said. You know what? Just understand that it's beautiful, and that's at the end of the day that's all of us. That's why we came to this world. So that's how we came ourselves. And as I said, it's just beautiful. And pregnancy in a couple of years, I want to cultivate the idea of how amazing, how beautiful it is, and give my inspiration to other people. When it comes to business terms, yes, I want to sell this company and build, and it's the way to sell it. There is different procedures where you build in the company, like to grow with you. As you grow, or you build the company already from the level of expertise you're building something big. You put lots of knowledge in your social media and this, so to get as much audience as you can to build the brand awareness. And when it comes in terms of what's going to happen with that, yes, I think in 3 years it's going to be somewhere about getting ready to be sold, or maybe even sold. What about my other companies? I don't know. I just, I'm enjoying the ride. I really love where I am right now. I do mistakes like everybody else. I'm not perfect. I'm sorry. I do mistakes like everybody else. I'm not perfect. And I never lose, because if I do mistakes, I get experience. Yeah. And if I win, I win. And that's my message to other females that are scared to try something. What the worst thing can happen? You get the experience. And what is experience and wisdom? What is the wisdom? It's the most expensive thing you can ever get.
Yeah. So that makes sense. So how would you like to be remembered?
It's remembered. This is, I don't know. It depends on in the eyes of the society, in the eyes of business community, and the eyes of people around me. whoever comes to me for the advice, for the help, you can ask. I always given all myself to these people, and I want to give as much as I can, because this is who I am, and that makes me who I am if I'm sharing my knowledge. For the business community, I want, I can't say, oh, I want to be the voice of the females. I want to be the rebel. I want to be something. But I want to have a statement that, you know what, guys, we have the voice, and we are as strong as you are. And there is absolutely nothing that you can do that we can't.
Yeah, that's a good message. Motherhood, you got a son yourself, is that right?
Yeah.
So how's that for you? I think, without being disrespectful, you're single at the moment, so you're running the businesses and you're bringing up your child there. So how does that impact on you as well?
I think my son, first of all, you understand, my son is my only person that is with me every day. Right now, since the COVID started, we every day, 24/7 together. It's my biggest joy. It's my biggest achievement in the life. I don't talk about the businesses or everything. This is something, you have the child.
That's the meaning. That's the reason you do all this. Yeah.
Yes, and just the idea that I'm raising him myself. I'm working when you buy environmental Pregnology, it's just, you're supporting me and you're supporting him as well. And you need to understand that it's the whole thing that I'm doing for supporting, providing him, I'm doing just not just in the financial aspect. I also want him to see that mom is working her ass off, not just for the money, just to have the things that he eats, the food, everything. I want him to see that there is working females out there. And he has one parent right now, full-time with him. And maybe I'm not giving him the idea of the full family, dad and having dinners together, but I'm teaching him something new. I'm giving him something new model of the contemporary family. I'm millennial female. So maybe this is wrong in some eyes of the more in some societies. Maybe people would judge me, but
who gives a fuck? Don't let people judge you for that. You're doing a good job.
I'm happy. He's happy. We are a small family, and we do just the things we like.
That's great. What's been your toughest moment, would you say?
Toughest moment? We single moms entrepreneurs always have this guilt trap. I'm not good enough as a mom. I don't spend enough time with my kid. I cannot spend whole day on the beach with him, or whole day playing in the park with him. I just can't. Sometimes I go to bed, I cry because I'm a bad mom. Why I see posts by other moms they're doing crafts, and then they go to the park, and then they go to the beach, and this is within the whole day. I cannot do this because I have work to do. I have stuff to take care of. And this is tough moments in my motherhood, and I think it's okay. We all go from there, and just the understanding that it's fine. But in motherhood, all females go through difficult moments. I remember I had a very serious, severe postpartum depression, and that was something that I also keep talking about and saying, female, that it's good to talk what you feel after giving birth. My sister just gave birth. I remember I was calling her every day. So what's your mood? She's like, my God, you're fucking driving me nuts. I'm fine. Because I remember myself, I was so down. I was crying. Kid was crying. Me was crying. I remember sitting. My boobs were so hurt. I was like, oh my God, that's it. The end of the world. But, now it's my biggest joy. So everything passes by. And if you need help, if you are in the state when you actually need to talk to someone, you need help, you can always reach out to me. I like to talk to people, and I think I can understand anyone in any type of the situation. If it's bad or good or whatever, anyone going through that, that's who we are. And we're all humans.
Well, that was your in-depth, incredible story there. How do you feel?
What?
How do you feel?
I feel amazing. I got within an hour. I shared all my life to you, poured to the screen, everything. I don't know what the feedback would be on that, but
sure, it'd be good.
Thank you.
Excellent. So what's next for you? I know we gave like the 3-year plan. What's your plan this week? What have we got to get finished off?
Got finished off. So as I told you earlier, I'm working on my passion project that's called Beach on Top. So
Okay.
Beach on Top is gonna be doing 3 segments.
Yeah.
Number 1 is we opening merch by Amazon. We're gonna be printing stuff with our cool logos like the bachelorette party, Beach on Top, last the penis for the rest of the life, stuff like that.
Okay. Cool.
Then,
So they'll drop soon. Yeah.
yes. So the merch we're gonna be working. Another thing is writing more blogs and collaborating, doing the PR interactions, like collaborating with many bloggers and influencers in the field.
Yeah.
And also we are preparing the prototypes for because I wanted to go into the sex and wellness category. We wanted to sell sex toys for the Beach on Top brand. And there are many things that I want to implement in this. I have tons of ideas, and let's have fun. That's how I call this project. And whoever comes in, because we have many people who are helping us and Beach on Top, and they doing it for free because, oh my God, that's amazing what you do. They're reaching out to me. Do you need anything? Do you need this? Here is the idea. Use this. Oh my God, we love it. So you know what, for the people who support me, who I'm inspiring in this, who are reading my blog, thank you so much. I'm very, very, very grateful for each and every one of you. And believe me, Beach on Top is going to grow, and we're going to bring you some more cool, interesting things that you can look at and enjoy.
Sounds good. What's the best way that people can reach you?
I'm always easy way to reach me is on Facebook.
Yep.
So you can reach me out in the Facebook, and I would really love to get some feedback in the comment section in my blog, Beach on Top. Yep. As I said, there is some very crazy article just got published. So please, all of you, go type Beach on Top.
I went blind reading it. No, I'm only joking. Cool. Well, look, we're going to wrap there. Guys, I'll be back here Monday, 4 p.m. BST. Today, Wednesday, Thursday. So, yeah, got 3 days rest from me. Behave yourselves. Look after your family. Don't forget to read Beach on Top. And I'll see you back here Monday, 4 p.m. BST. Take care.